Now, a few weeks ago, Ross McDonough and Ross McGuinness battled it out over Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi in Cinerama, and they're back this week with two giants of the 80s teen comedy. And this week, it's...
Dear Mr. Vernon, we accept the fact that we had to sacrifice a whole Saturday in detention for whatever it was we did wrong. But we think you're crazy to make us write an essay telling you who we think we are.
That's versus...
The 1961 Ferrari 250 GT California. Less than 100 were made. My father spent 3 years restoring this car. It is his love, it is his passion, it is his fault he didn't lock the garage.
Well, we have to thank Ross and Ross for joining us here today. Thanks, Ross. How are you doing?
Not too bad.
I suppose we take Breakfast Club first. Ross, why do you hate it?
I don't hate The Breakfast Club. I just don't think it's as good as Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Pray tell.
It's too angsty, for starters. Ferris Bueller's a fun movie, whereas The Breakfast Club gives you 5 characters who you would hate to be stuck in detention with. You have the bitch, Molly Ringwald. You have the geek. You have the goth. You have Emilio Estevez as a wrestler, which isn't very believable. And then you have Judd Nelson as John Bender, probably the most annoying character in cinematic history.
Ross?
Well, I counter your John Bender with Ferris Bueller. easily the most annoying character to ever appear on celluloid. How anybody came across Ferris Bueller's Day Off for the first time, watched it, and then watched the first few scenes and then watched the rest of the film, I'll never understand.
Ross, you've picked a scene in Breakfast Club that you particularly hate. This is it.
Here's my impression of life at Big Bry's house. Son? Yeah, Dad? How's your day, pal? Great, Dad. How's yours? Super. Say, son, how'd you like to go fishing this weekend? Great, Dad. But I've got homework to do. That's all right, son. You can do it on the boat. Gee,
why do you like that? That's actually quite funny, Ross.
No, it's not. This is John Bender at his worst, ripping on Anthony Michael Hall's character. Yeah, the great Anthony Michael Hall, star of The Dark Knight, of course. Ripping on him for having a nice family, which is we all went to school with guys like this, sort of attention seekers. And John Bender is one of the worst. Lucky enough, we're lucky listening to the clip, we don't have to see him in his horrible check shirt and his stupid fingerless cycling gloves.
Ross, Ferris Bueller, why do you hate it?
God, Ferris Bueller. Well, first of all, he makes the first movie mistake, movie mistakes 101, and that's breaking the fourth wall. There are very few people who can pull off talking to the audience on film. Very, very few people. I know Deadpool in comic world does it, and he does it with style, and that, he can talk to the people reading the comic and people just say he's mad, but Ferris Bueller does it, and it's just pretentious and it's annoying and it's patronising, and I just want to punch him every time I see him.
Well, here's a punchable scene for you.
It's not that I condone fascism, or any ism for that matter. Isms, in my opinion, are not good. A person should not believe in an ism, he should believe in himself. I quote John Lennon, "I don't believe in Beatles, I just believe in me." A good point there. After all, he was the walrus. I could be the walrus. I'd still have to bum rides off of people.
Well, I was going through your points on rossvross.com, which I recommend you should check it out. It's a very funny site. And I'd have to go with The Breakfast Club. I prefer The Breakfast Club over Ferris Bueller. Sorry, Ross.
Harsh.
Well, I tell you, because I was in detention once, and
once,
just the once, and I appreciate the boredom. And there's a couple of scenes in The Breakfast Club where John Hughes just allows the silence, and there's shots of them just being bored. And I know that's not a great movie, but it's real. I mean,
that's what I think. I think The Breakfast Club is just such a real film. I mean, we've all gone to school with each and every one of those 5 types of people, and they're just believable. Yeah, sure, John Bender's a bit of a prat, but
and bet me up.
Exactly, yeah, but they're believable. Whereas Ferris Bueller, he's a joke.
I think. No, go ahead.
I was going to say Ferris. I mean, he's rich. He complains that he got a computer in 1986. which must have cost how much? How much was the computer in 1986?
$8,000, I think.
He wrecks his best mate father's classic car, and at the end of the movie, he doesn't learn anything. The thing he learns is he got away with it.
Yeah, I have to agree. I agree with breaking the fourth wall. I think John Cusack is the only person who should be allowed to speak to the audience, and I think he is a creep. But the thing about teen 80s movies is it's about the fantasy, it's about escapism, and Ferris Bueller's Day Off gives you that. They go on an adventure, the Breakfast Club. You're stuck in detention, and you're stuck in detention with 5 people you don't want to be stuck in detention with.
Fair enough. That's Ferris Bueller and the Breakfast Club. Lads, what other battles can we expect on rossvyross.com?
Well, I think up and coming we've got Toy Story versus
Finding Nemo
Oh, interesting.
We've got Pan's Labyrinth
versus Labyrinth.
and I think another one in the pipeline is John Carpenter's excellent The Thing
versus Stanley Kubrick's The Shining.
Oh, interesting. I like the one with Seven versus Silence of the Lambs. I got a bang out of that one. Please check out rossvyross.com. It's a great site. Please stay tuned.